Hello, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, friends. This is Anya, and I'm going to walk you through a TryHackMe box today called Cyborg. It's in a box involving encrypted archives, source code analysis, and more, basic recon and privileged escalation. So let's kick it off already. I've deployed the machine, and I'm waiting for my IP address. So we'll get that IP address in a moment and start our basic reconnaissance with an nmap scan. So there we go, 10.10.93.191. Let's actually save it here in the tab so it's easy to reference. Now we're going to look at the service version and increase the verbosity. Again, we'll do 10.10.93.191. You can put this out to a text file. I'm just going to keep it in the terminal here so we don't clutter too many of my directories with files. It's already bad enough, guys. So you can already see from the scan, even though it's not completed, we have a port 22 and ports 22 and port 80 open. So, oh, expired machine. I just started this. Let's just check that. Okay. Let's go to the box on port 80, or rather the web server. So we see we have an Apache, a default page. So the web server, it works. But, they have to update their index.html file and start to customize that website. So let's fuzz some of these subdirectories, and not anything that we can do yet at port 22. So let's use ferrexbuster, and yeah, fuzz port 80 with 10.10.93.191. And I'm going to use common.txt as our word list. There we go. We already have some hits here. Subdirectories, admin. That looks interesting, right? Now open the admin pile. Let's take a look around. And of course, as a note, you don't have to use ferrexbuster. You can use GoBuster. You can use dirbuster, whatever you prefer. So we also have this etc directory, a config file, the basic index, and this is all pictures and CSS. So let's return. Okay, so this is a config file with some kind of basic permissions set up there. Also referencing the etc squid password. So if we go to the etc directory, we indeed can locate the squid directory and password. Not good, guys. So I have a music archive and then a hash here. Now, again, I did solve this with Twitch. Now, full disclosure, I have a little bit of difficulty running John the Ripper, so I might just echo this into a new text file. You can see I've already echoed this into a Cyborg hash 2. Let's go ahead and just for the exercise, we'll do Cyborg hash 3.txt. Oh, we can crack that. We don't have the context yet. In terms of what could be the username, but let's do tech word list. equals share, and when do wordless again, rock you. So again, this is not detecting the MD5 grip. Well, it can detect the MD5 grip, but it is also recognizing it as MD5 grip long. So I'm gonna move to hashcat and do hashcat show cyborg hash3.txt, and this will should auto detect without us having to put hashcat and then the mode, which would specify that it's MD5 or MD5 grip. So here you go. Indeed, it did auto detect MD5. And so yeah, it's an MD5 hash, and the password here is Squidward. So let's go ahead and open. I had some notes going, and we've noted this down. The password is Squidward. So we've gotten all we can from these two. Let's take a look at this admin directory. You can see we have somebody saying Alex has set this up. They look like they're into music, the piano, with Spotify, but all these are dead links. Test them out. So let's click on admin. Oh, all right. Let's open the nav bar and admins. All right, here we go. So this is some kind of conversation back and forth between, I guess, the web admins. Josh, Adam, and our friend Alex has also been referenced again on the front end. Sorry guys, I think I messed up. I was playing out the Squid proxy earlier. And anyway, he thinks he screwed up and exposed some config files. He thinks config files are lying about. He's pretty sure he made this more insecure, but Alex is pretty sure that his music archive backup is safe. So, you know, don't worry too much, guys. It's safe. Then now what I did was try to SSH as Alex at the THM IP for this box on port 22, but password Squidward does not work for SSH as Alex. So at this point, we're going to have to do some more reconnaissance. We're going to go back and navigate the website where we have an archive here, and you can either listen or not, or download. So you see, I've done this a few times. I'm going to cancel this, but this is going to give you a tar file, and for me it goes to the THM directory. So you can go to your directory. I'm actually in Pico. Let's exit out of here and go to THM. You can run tar xvf and then the path, or if you're in the correct directory, you could just do archive.tar. I won't be doing that as I have already opened it, but we'll get a we'll see a new directory called home, and this is where we do need to go. Home field dev, again, that's what you would get if you just untarred this normally, either through the terminal or by extracting in the files file system. So we have a few hints here: config, another directory data, and a readme file. Let's go ahead and cat out the readme. So see here, this is a Borg backup repository. See Borg backup. Read the docs. I'm gonna go to Borg backup. And this is one of the more interesting things about Box is learning about Borg backup and then extracting um, the music underscore archive repo that we saw. That's what we're gonna have to do. So, what is Borg backup? Well, luckily they have a piece right here. Short for Borg. It's a deduplicating backup program, supports compression and authentic encryption, so perfect for a music archive. The main goal of Borg is to provide an efficient and secure way to back up data. Data deduplication technique used makes Borg suitable for daily backups since only changes are stored. The authentic encryption technique makes it suitable for backups to not fully trust targets. So we're going to have to go to the installation. I have already installed Borg, but you can go down here to whatever distribution of Linux or other operating system. If you're not on Linux, I am on Kali, so we did apt install Borg backup. So once you do your Borg, well, what was it? Borg backup install, as I had. You can then run the more commands. So I have the list here. All right. So it's saying, hey, give me more to work with here. We don't have an argument. So we need a repo or archive. Again, Alex had that music underscore archive. So what we need to do now is mount Alex's repo, the music archive repo, or extract. If we go back to the top of this page, we actually have what I find pretty easy, visual representation, screen capture here of some stuff that you help you. So, we could do Borg help, we could do Borg list. We're going to want to do, though, Borg extract. Under home, you should have a directory called Alex. I don't, I still just have fields, so I'm gonna have to try to use Borg to extract yet again. So it might be easier for me to actually just mount at this point. Home, field, dev, final, archive, and then you want 2 colons and the music archive. Again, we're doing squid, ward. And now when we go to home, we should have Alex's directory. There we go, finally. Alex has desktop documents downloads. Look at what the contents of the desktop. We have a secret.txt, the contents of the documents and notes, and let's look at the contents of the downloads as well. 0, and the rest have no contents as well. So we're going to go into desktop, cat out secret.txt. Shout out to all the people who have gotten this far to this stage. Whoop whoop. Yay! And we'll also go to documents because I don't remember where the next clue is located at this point. Alright, sounds reasonable. Let's cat out note.txt. Wow, I'm awful at remembering passwords. So am I, but I wouldn't put on a web server or in a music archive. So I've taken my friend's advice and I'm noting them down, and now we have Alex's secret pass here. This we definitely have to throw in a text document. So I'm going to copy here. And with that information, I think that's all we actually need. And then we can just go to Alex at 10.10.9319, the THM address. And we'll say yes, are you sure want to connect? Permanently added. And let's paste in that password. The secret pass in Leap Speak. And boom, bam, boom. We are in, we have shell. And we're going to do a who am I, the typical. We're Alex, and you can see here we have a user.txt. So let's cat out that user.txt, and there's your flag. Now, if we return again to TryHackMe, and we shouldn't need this coming up. We'll keep a Borg backup, it's very interesting. Now, we do have a few questions here, including a user.txt flag. I've already answered this again, so you can go ahead and copy this flag and toss it in the user.txt. Now we need to get the root. So let's do a little bit of privesc. So as always, we'll start with sudo tacl. And you can see here that our user, Alex, can run the following commands on Ubuntu. Etsy, MP3 backups, backup sh, some sort of backup script. So let's, we can take a look at things like the kernel. We usually would do uname and all that. But we mostly want to take a look at this backup script. See what's going on there. Alright, so here are the contents of the backup script. We'll go over that. The script, just a typical bash script. It is finding MP3 files and piping to a backup file, a text file, located in that Etsy MP3 backups subdirectory. That it's essentially just seems to intend to scan those files, MP3 files, throw them in a backup text file, and then create an archive here. So there is a vulnerability in these last lines, command and echo command. So the way this was written, you can see backup finished, okay. But with the command and echo command, you can, well, it allows you to execute any command after just running the script. So let's actually just go to the Etsy directory, MP3 backups. So there's the backup files. Alright, let's do again. Who am I now with sudo without having to put in the password. And finally, here you can see who am I, and we get back root. So backup.sh command. You can try some other commands. but let's just try cat root and the root.txt. And there we go. We catted out, we executed the script, and because of that vulnerability within the script, we put the flag and catted out the root.txt file, and here's your root flag. If you go back, let's see now. Flag, thanks for playing, hope you enjoyed. We have all of our flags. Get scan the machine, how many ports? 2, 22 and 80. What service is on port 22? SSH. Port 80, HTTP. We've got the user flag, and this is our final flag. So I think I'm just gonna end it there. Well, that was a lot of fun. Again, an easy box, a fun box. Maybe we can go through and look at some alternate ways to solve this. Um, Again, extracting two main areas: extracting or mounting the backup, the board, and repo. And then here at the end, there are other ways that we could have gotten a bash shell and gone from there. There's actually very many vectors of attack, but for brevity, let me keep it there. And guys, I will look forward to seeing you more on YouTube and Twitch. This is Anya. You have a great evening, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are in the world. Hope you enjoyed this walkthrough. There are bits that fortunately didn't go too smoothly in this box. Still hope you enjoyed it. So I will see you soon. Take care.